Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
And hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner. Starting to feel like old times again. Jordan Spieth tees it up. Jordan Spieth contends, and for the second consecutive weekend, golf fans everywhere are going to be saying, come on, Jordan. One-shot lead over Daniel Berger, part of the decorated high school class of 2011, Berger and Spieth. Spieth was 67 today at Spyglass Hill, 6 better than the course average over there, and Daniel Berger was lights out at Pebble with a 66. Norlander continues to play well. Patrick Cantlay backed up a little bit after his 62, but he's in good position, as is Paul Casey, who's played great golf around the world in the last month. But right now, all eyes on Jordan Spieth.
In great position after the midway point, so feel a little bit improved off of last week, which was the goal this week, to just try and feel like I'm getting better each day. And yeah, I haven't made a ton of like longer putts, in order to be in the lead like normal, which is probably a really good sign that I'm keeping the ball in front of me and striking it really nicely. And a couple mistakes here or there. Other than that, it was really clean.
I was going to ask you, you do feel like you're striking it better than last week in Phoenix, more progress?
Yeah, it feels a little bit better. I'm trusting some shots that I probably would have held off on there, and which is normal. So, still a lot of progress for the fields to kind of match up. The exact timing. I get a little off with the timing with as I go up the bag a little bit, but ultimately, enough to where I can, play shots that I need to play, and certain. If I feel a little uncomfortable, to kind of stay in that hole and then take advantage when it's feeling good. So, the forecast coming the next 2 days, it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy to get to 12 under for the next 2 rounds. So, Pebble's going to be a mean Pebble, it looks like, tomorrow, and I look forward to that challenge. It's going to be fun to go out there and have to hit some kind of different level shots than when we played in the desert last week.
Do you think that's a good thing, having to hit those kind of different shots when you're still trying to find your timing?
Whatever ends up with the best result would be nice, but I would imagine I like when the conditions are a little tougher. You have to go a little more feel, and so the front 9 will be more downwind, even though it'll be windy, which doesn't make it easy. But as you make that turn, the back 9 tomorrow will be 11 in, will be a different animal.
Go ahead.
What was your approach on 17? Was that an easy decision for you?
17.
Off the tee?
The driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hit 3-wood there every year, but it had warmed up and the wind was off the right, and I'd felt really comfortable hitting a draw with the driver today. So I thought, with how it had warmed up, I thought I could get it up either into the greenside bunker or just short, which gives me the upslope. If I hit 3-wood, I end up with like a 55-yard shot, and it's just, with that green, it's just a really tough one to get close. It's that awkward kind of range. And, if I overcook it, you're fine. So it was, with that wind off the right, it was a more comfortable shot for me, and it got up to where, it was on that upslope, and I was able to get it to where I had an uphill putt, which is hard to do on that hole.
These last 5 rounds, is it baby steps or any of them turning into leaps?
Yeah, they feel like they're progressions each day. Sunday was really good for me to just kind of be able to learn a little bit from the tendencies, especially as I go into the next 2 days. And I'm just trying to kind of get more comfortable being towards the top of the leaderboard and kind of feeling those nerves. And you start to get more comfortable the more often you're there. And these 2 days, playing with or around the lead, for at least the back 9 yesterday through most of the round today, I felt a lot more comfortable than I did last week, which is a good sign. So not to say that, it won't be a significant challenge the next 2 days, but I would say equal progressions each day.
And then what club did you hit on the par 3, 5?
I hit a 5-iron there. That's a mean hole. Just tried to rip it to the center of the green, and I hit it to where we were essentially trying to hit it. And then Ricky was 1 foot behind me on the line. So, from 40 feet, it's not like cake if you see the read, but to know kind of what it would do up the slope, and then after, it was really nice to get a read off Ricky, and the hole caught it on the right side. So that was the longest putt I've made in the 2 days. and certainly a steal there.
Sort of following Fergie's question about your steps, not to diminish what you did in Phoenix or yesterday, but Spyglass is always hard, or usually hard. How much did today sort of show you show yourself given the difficulty of this course?
It's one of my favorite golf courses that we play all year. I love Spyglass, and I think my love for it has allowed me to play well year in and year out on this course. Whether I play the other two well or not, I seem to have success at Spy. Don't know what it is. I just think the layouts of the holes are awesome. You got a mixture of some short par threes with some, 4 is one of the coolest holes that we play. I look forward to playing it. I wish we could play it more often with that green that's 50 yards deep but 5 yards wide the whole time. It's just fun. You kind of feel like you got to hit a lot of kind of feel trap shots, and then it can be tough, but I think we got a really good break being on Spy today versus Pebble. It looked and has shown to be the better end of the draw with us being on Pebble yesterday and Spy today. So I think Daniel was up there playing on Pebble. I'm not sure how many other guys are at the top of the leaderboard playing Pebble today, but they've played arguably better golf than we had to be up there.
Semi-related question, your history at this event, why does it fit your game? I mean, these courses, you've obviously played well here many times before.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is I have a lot of fun at this tournament. I'm with Jake Owen every year, and we're normally with Dustin and Wayne for 3 rounds, and we just have a blast together. We always kind of have a match between the two of us anyways, so it's almost like you're just playing around somewhere in town back at home. So I think a lot of it is that I have a lot of fun, but again, these golf courses specifically, you have to be shot making, and it's very feel based. You're not just playing in the desert and firing range shots up. You very, very rarely have one that you're just playing a stock driving range shot. So that can be challenging when you're off, and it can be an advantage when for me, I really like that when I'm feeling good about my game. So the small greens require a lot of precision and imagination around them too, especially on Pebble. So that may have to go into it as well.
You heard from Jake at all the last couple days?
I haven't. No, I'm sure I'll get in touch with him this afternoon and tell him we'd probably be up on. Well, who knows the way Dustin's playing, right? So it really would have been him versus Wayne to see what would have happened. But that's 14. I hit a drive into the right first cut, and I hit a hybrid onto the left side of the green and 2-putted. It was a good drive to get a good angle, and ended up with a good number with I had mud on the ball, so I played it out to the left in case the mud threw it, and it just kind of came out straight. On 4, that was probably a 7-footer. I had one more club, and Michael said, let's hit one less. It was a great call by Michael. He said, let's hit one less. It should feed down there. I hit a gap wedge instead of trying to chip a pitching wedge, and he said, just let it funnel down that hill. That pin's further, up than it is in years past, so it's actually gets closer to the hole. And it was a really good call because we didn't play that 9 in the practice round.
Just a reminder of how good he was with a lead or a share of the lead through 36 holes. Converted 6 of his last 8 going back to the 2015 Masters, but again, a long time ago. Spieth out at 1:15 Eastern Time with Daniel Berger and Henrik Norlander. Again, those gusts off the Monterey Peninsula up to 30 miles an hour. It's going to be quite a third round at Pebble Beach.